One of the mysteries of biology is that the 4 chemical components of the DNA code give rise to the whole complexity of life. The following artwork illustrates how organic architectural structures can be built from simple bricks. The effects of genes are clearly visible in daily life. These women show differences in body size and hair colour. The visible differences in hair colour can be related to differences in gene coding. In our case, only one woman has red hair, but the other 3 have black. Thus, red hair is said to be an atypical trait in human beings. Atypical traits are not related to diseases or pathologies. They are just traits that occur on rare occasions in the population. Only 2% of all humans have red hair. Typical traits are often described as the average trait of a population. For example, the all-American woman that includes all ethnicities living in the USA has a typical height of 1.62 meters. Mean tests are also used in brain activation studies to trace typical forms of neurocognition. In some cases, humans are born who are very similar in appearance. These identical twins share 100% of their genes. However, the situation is different for normal siblings who share about 50%. Body size of identical twins should be more similar than that of normal siblings. We have investigated if the same holds true for brain activity patterns when involved in some memory task. The brain activity of an identical twin pair with an additional brother from the same family was observed in a magnetic resonance imaging scanner. The family members had to retain numbers to memory while performing another arithmetic distraction task. The red and blue colours refer to the brain activity of the identical twin pair, whereas green refers to the brain activity of the sibling of the same family. Are the brain activities of the twins indeed more similar to that of the siblings? We proceeded in the following way to find the answer to this question. For demonstration purposes, only one family is shown for the procedure. Firstly, we make 3-dimensional reconstructions of the brains of all 3 family members. The hills and valleys of the brain are indicated in yellow and blue. Subsequently, the brains are inflated like a balloon. The blue and yellow patches that refer to the hills and the valleys of the different brains are matched as much as possible. This procedure minimizes the obvious differences in brain shape. The brain activity patterns of family members are projected onto the surface of the brain. The brain activity of the twins shows overlap in particular regions of the brain, while this is less the case for the normal sibling. This suggests that the location of brain activity could possibly be influenced by genes. Finally, we show genetic influence on brain activities for all the families participating in the study. Green refers to the number memory task, red to the arithmetic distraction task, and blue refers to the number recognition task. Do you remember the example of the typical and atypical hair colour? Here we show the brain activity pattern that is typical for the human population in yellow, whereas brain areas that are under genetic influence are depicted in blue. The typical brain activation pattern shows no overlap with the brain areas that are under genetic influence. Thus, genes are responsible for making you what you are, an individual who differs from all other individuals.
Finally, there seems to be a subtle balance in how genes activate neural routes when humans memorize numbers in distractive environments. Individuals who emphasize the visual spatial route tend to be faster as compared to individuals who emphasize the language route. It's important to state that identical twins are not identical in all parts of their brain. Thus, all humans are dissimilar, but some humans are more dissimilar than others.